Well, hello there, gentlemen. Well, there's no need for hostilities right now.
Name.
Hola, who are you?
Name.
Oh, sorry, my name
Yeah,
is
here.
Rocco Lundell.
Check if he has a badge.
Oh, I'm not a lawman, I can assure you that.
Alright.
So,
Go ahead, I saw your
can you hear
game.
me, Kukuy?
I can hear just fine now. Pardon me, gentlemen. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Rocco Lundell.
Riker.
I would assume by this is your town, the Los Lobos. I've heard
There's
of.
no badge.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, boy. I've heard good things about you folks.
Del Lobos.
Good things. Yeah, okay.
It's Del Lobos. Pardon my French, I guess. Yeah, I hope you folks don't mind me being around town here. I don't mean to cause any problems whatsoever. Just, a little vacation in the sun is all.
Oh yeah, like what? Está bien. It's okay. You could, as long as you don't bring any trouble here, and you're not a lawman, and then you're okay.
I'm the farthest thing from the law, man. Me and the law myself, what's to say, don't get so along well. But I plan to bring no problem to your nice little city here, this little town.
Okay.
Well, another thing that we don't want is for you to be spreading things around, giving out info. Because if you do, we'll find you, Riker, and we'll kill you.
And I respect
Yes.
that. And I understand that. And I will not be no such things. I like my head right where it is, on top of my shoulders.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead and
Because
start
that's
your
usually
game.
what we go for.
Well, when I sell this thing, perhaps y'all can get a drink together inside the saloon there. How's that sound?
Yeah, in a bit.
See. Hola, senor.
Afternoon? How you doing there, sir?
So, go ahead and sell your game. If you want to speak, we'll be ready here soon.
Oh, very well. I'm glad that we can enjoy a conversation then. Let me get rid of this filthy thing here. But the horse weighs well.
I think you have a lot of money.
Oh, pardon me there. Goddamn horse lordy. I don't have too much considering that I've had the worst run of luck in my life recently. Let me pull my horse over here.
See.
Good morning to you.
Come on, Lordy. Come on. There you is. I didn't catch your name, by the way. Pleasure to meet you. Again.
Coyote is the name.
Well, Coyote, it's a pleasure. Like I said, my name's Rocco Lundell. Let's go enjoy some, what do you like to drink? Myself, whiskey, personally.
I like myself some tequila, but we don't have any right now. But we definitely have some whiskey in there.
Oh, boy, let's go enjoy ourselves some new drinks, since we are acquaintances in this fine little town here.
See?
Well, sir? How do you do?
How about, sir? 2 whiskeys, 1 and me for my new friend here. Yeah, sir.
Gracias, amigo.
By the way, I've heard of you folks before, the Lobos. I must say, I'm a fan of your work. Good stuff out there. Hard work, many exploits to be had.
I'll be damned.
I know your folks are no friends to the law. Neither is myself, I should mention as well. In the law, we don't find ourselves.
You know how many people come here and tell us that, and then they end up actually being good buddies with the law?
I would assume plenty, especially if they're trying to come here for information, which I am not. And I will be straight up and clean with you, friend, concerning that. My options have dwindled very low. I myself have been run out of the East. I don't have friends in the East. The law does not like me in the East, and I came a long way from a different state to come to Odessa. As I say, I had to leave for reasons, and I'm hoping that myself might find like-minded individuals out here. And like I said, you haven't heard of me, but I've heard of you folks.
See? Okay. Like, what have you heard? Exactly.
I've heard you folks have been quite a menace here in the West. I heard something about Blackwater. Details I'm not aware of. Merely conversation in the East I hear amongst you folk, but I hear the law tend to be looking for you folks here and there. Is that the case? Now, whatever your business is with them is none of my business, of course, but these are the things I hear in the East.
Totally. Well, I will tell you this. A lot of things that are said are exaggerations, and some of them are half-truths. Not everything that is said is, the clear picture. You're mostly just hearing it from one side, not our side,
And that is how stories are. They get twisted and mangled as they go mouth to mouth, ear to ear, and so on. I know the feeling exactly myself, and I've seen that game played time and time again myself.
See? And so what kind of things have you done, huh?
Well, have you heard of the state called New Alexandria, by the way? By any chance, perhaps?
New Alexandria. No, I've never heard of this place.
It's a whiles way from here. Long trip to get out to, even the east of this state of Odessa. Let's just say, I have a bit of a name back there for unsavory things involving things against the law. Now, I could tell you stories if you'd like to hear them, or I could save them for another time. I don't know how folks feel about individuals boasting about so-and-so and so on. But I don't mind telling them if you want to hear them.
Have you done anything here in Odessa for the law in the East not to like you?
Let's just say a couple of wagon robberies here and there, but in my defense, I was very broken poor because there's a lot of natives between here and New Alexandria, and I was horribly robbed of my goods on the way here. But the wagons, besides, are not the reason that I've come west. It's just say people of the past who know of me don't like me very much, and I'll just say, you know how folks talk. They like to spread rumors and try to set people up. And that's why I'll be honest with you. I was set up in the East and ran out of there to the West. And I figured, fuck them in the East. Bunch of politics, lawmen, and people who cannot keep the damn lips closed. Now, Coyote, I'm going to ask you something. And this is your folks' town, I understand that. I've come out this far to hide. And I don't want to cause or bring you folks any problems if I'm not welcome then. I can move on as well, if that's the case. I am sharing more. Sorry, I bit my tongues there. Pardon me. How about you, sir? You fancy yourself a glass of whiskey as well?
No, I'm okay.
I don't
I don't really like
worry.
whiskey.
What do you like to drink then?
Same as every other Mexicano, tequila.
Tequila. Interesting taste. I haven't had very much myself, but I do enjoy tequila. I heard you folks are fresh out though, unfortunately.
Yeah, for now. So, tell me, Riker, what do you exactly do? And don't you lie.
Well, I have no other option but to be truthful. And these days, I usually wouldn't tell my stories so clearly, but as it is, as it were, myself is out of options. And I'll just say I don't share as much as I usually do. But I am an outlaw. And I've gotten myself into trouble. Plenty of times in the past and plenty of times now.
Hey, watch where you're going.
All right, who wishes to speak with me?
So, Riker, that is our boss, our leader, Cascabel, behind the counter.
A pleasure. Oh, wait. Behind the counter. Oh, pardon me.
Yeah.
Oh, pleasure to meet you there, sir.
Pleasure's all mine.
I'm sorry, what was your name
Names
again?
are El Cascabel.
El Castellano. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Riker Lundale.
Hola, Senor Landale. What can I do for you?
I was going to ask you folks for permission. The permission to be able to stay in this town, miles away from the law. And I could work for it. I could perhaps pay you folks. Because I am, I'll be truthful here, I am trying to keep out the eyes of the law lately. I've been set up in the East, and folks want to see me hung. I'd rather keep my neck unbroke as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
So here's where I'm at with Senor Landale. Believe it or not, I have heard this exact story from another
That's what I
man,
told him.
almost word for word. And that man, as soon as he took advantage of my kindness and hospitality and shelter, one day later was running to the law, spilling his guts to every detail he knew, and selling us out to bounty hunters and lawmen alike from west and east. So, how do I know I can trust you?
well, then I'll share my dirt with you so that you have an understanding of who I am. And I figure folks out there try to do that. It is definitely a tactic of the law, man. Myself, I come from a state called New Alexandria. I've recently arrived to Odessa myself because of crimes of the past. I can tell you about said crimes a bit, but I'll tell you where I'm at now. I came here to start anew and build my own gang, or rebuild a gang called the Silver Bastards. Maybe you heard of them, maybe you haven't. Well, I've been laying low in the East for a while, not causing much trouble besides the odd robbery of wagons here and there and selling stolen horses. Because you gotta start small to keep your eyes out of the sights of the lawmen. Oh, and meanwhile, I found myself being robbed by a Ricky and Redder, the man in red, I guess, Rooftop Rat, and Saint Denis. Well, him and I happen to used to dress a lot alike. There's been a lot of confusion between me and him. Well, I went on my way to track this man down to kill him. The law doesn't like it when you take the law into your own hands. So, between that and I think somebody of the Peaky Blinders, I don't know who, but somebody in the East set me up real bad. Nearly got my neck broke by Under Sheriff Biggs and Rhodes. I don't want my neck broke. I like my neck in one piece. And I'm not a fan of the law. And the law is looking for me. There is no need or want for myself to ever go to the law for anything whatsoever. If I have a problem, I'll solve it myself. Currently, I'm hiding because they want to frame me for something I didn't do, which is oddly funny enough and a bit of irony there, considering that usually I'm guilty of things and I'm lying to the law quite often. But in this case, I'm innocent. And I have yet
What
to
are you innocent
murder. I didn't get a chance to kill this Ricky and Red. Also, someone said I was plotting to rob Rhodes' bank But myself, I don't rob banks by myself. I wait until I get a nice little posse together, a gang, you would say, to do a good job proper. You know, men watching the door, people on the roof, keeping your eye out, having an exit, things like that. One man, it's a sloppy job. And I haven't even planned a job like that. So I'm being accused of that and murder that I had not committed yet. Now, I did have intent to commit.
Committed yet.
Yes. Man.
So what you're saying is someone beat you to the punch, and now the person who beat you to the punch possibly is setting you up to take the fall for the thing you wanted to do in the first place.
Exactly. That right there.
Uh-huh. You are an unlucky bastard is what you are.
And that is the truth right there, sir.
Uh-huh. So.
Now, what I'm asking for is a bit of shelter, I guess, to get away. Maybe I can share information with you, can share information with me. I can keep my eyes peeled for people you don't like. Perhaps you can do the same for me. Maybe I can manage up a bit of money to help you guys out with things. Myself, I'm quite broke, unfortunately, considering that I was just ran out of town, unable to go back to my bank.
Uh-huh. All right. So, as far as the people we don't like, pretty much right now, the only people we don't like are people with shiny tin badges on their chest, which seems to be a common theme between yourself and I, yes?
I would say I agree 100% with that, sir.
Uh-huh. You say your name is Riker Lundale, yes?
Yes, sir, Rocker Lundale. If you ask around
And
with people, you will confirm that people do not like me very much, and I indeed am probably wanted over there. I did see, by the way, I should mention, I came through here a couple days ago, you folks are around. I saw 3 lawmen run into town here, 2 from Blackwater and 1 from Far East, as well, I should mention.
Do you know who?
do you recognize any of them?
I know one of them was supposed to be, not the undersheriff, but the main sheriff of Blackwater. I don't know his name, but I did see him when I was in a cell on Rhodes talking to Undersheriff Biggs. And then another guy from Eye Patch. I forget his name. He's got a lighter voice, and he works in Rhodes as well. With I believe, I'm not sure if he works in Rhodes or not actually, but he was helping out Undersheriff Biggs then.
You know what they were doing here?
I assume looking for me, because as soon as I saw them, I hightailed it out of town. There was 3 of them, and there was 1 of me.
All right.
Now, if you're bringing lawmen here, you're attracting them here, that's not good either.
That's why I'm asking now, and if it's not okay, then I'll leave and find another place to hide out for a while. This is why I'm being so cordial with you folks, instead of just sleeping around in your barns without permission.
Well, that I appreciate. Here's what I'm going to do, Senor Lundale. I'm going to send a letter to a friend of mine out east. He knows a lot of people, knows a lot of things. I'll run details of your story to be by him. I won't flat say that where you are or what you're doing or where you're hiding, but at least just say I've come across you and I'm curious about who you are. If the details you told me match up, then your shelter will be allowed here, but if the details come back that you're lying about any of this and that you're a snake or that you're an informant for the law or that you're even a deputy or anything of that nature, you'll find yourself with a bullet between your eyes and you'll find yourself hanging by your toes from our balcony right here for a piñata for the people here to bash with a stick when they get bored.
I can respect and understand that. And of that, I'm sure you will like the story you hear, and not the latter where I get hung by my toes.
Mm-hmm. Until then, you're able to continue to use the butcher as you see fit and the general store and the gun store. As far as where you sleep, I don't care where, just nowhere near us until I have a chance to run this story by my friend.
Is there any chance I'm not familiar with this far west? Is there any places far out maybe I could take advantage of to get out of this dreadful heat?
There's a cabin just north of here, along a ridge line. It's supposedly been ransacked, but it's secluded and it's off by itself. It's got shelter. You'll probably stay there for a few days.
Well, I appreciate that then. I will not loiter in town long, but I'll be around. And hopefully you, myself, like-minded individuals can come to a good agreement, maybe a prosperous future as well.
Wow.
Now,
If should you need to contact me if I'm not easily available, write to P.O. Box 156 down at Benedict Point. It's the station just south of here.
156 Benedict Point. Thank you very much.
See.
I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you what my plans are for the future. Since I want to be straightforward and hopefully make some new good friends here, I'm in need of friends these days myself. I do plan on rebuilding a gang called the Silver Bastards, which I used to lead in the state of New Alexandria. We were known for bank robberies, train robberies, and so on. And I don't usually share this information with anybody I first meet, but this tells you what a bad way I am right now, considering that coming to this was supposed to be a new fresh start for myself, and it's turned into a real mess real quickly.
I suppose that happens when wrong place, wrong time, I suppose, is becoming the new motto of Odessa.
I guess that's the case for myself then. Besides, people I knew from New Alexandria migrated out this way as well, considering the unfortunate back and forth situations I've had. Now, I don't plan on encroaching on other people's territory. I like to know other like-minded individuals myself so I know where the boundary lines lie, and perhaps mutual trades can be done in place. You know, in the future, we can talk more of that once you ask your friend about my person, if they know anything about me, that is.
Mm-hmm. I'll be sending a letter to him shortly anyway, so I will include that in there, and I'm certain after I hear back, we'll talk.
Well, that's all I have to say now, unless you have any more questions for myself. I have no problem answering any more, sir.
No, your story is sufficient until I'm able to run it by my friends, and then once I get that, then we'll speak, and I might have questions. I will almost certainly have questions then.
Well, very well, then. Thank you very much for your folks' hospitality, and I'll see you folks around, hopefully.
Bueno. Buena suerte, señor Landeo.
You might want to change clothes for the weather if you're gonna be around here long.
Likewise. Yes, I already ran into cougars and other things when I had to make my way out of town the other day. I was only in here for a brief of a moment, and then I saw three of them ride in. And so I rode off and fell off a cliff, and then got chased by a goddamn cougar.
See, but we do have a tailor here. Has clothes more suitable for the area. With what you're wearing, it looks like you're sweating profusely right now.
Say, you're going to die of heat exhaustion if you stay in those fine clothes too long, so I would suggest putting on something lighter.
Wow.
But that is, of course, up to you.
I will go and do that. I will use your town's amenities, and I'll find myself near that barn. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you for the hospitality.
Hasta luego.
That's some fine hunting you done. Good evening, Park.
Evening, sir.
That's me, Riker.
Oh.
Is this the barn he mentioned? This is the only one I know of. I couldn't remember what direction he said. I thought
This is south.
south, other direction there.
Yeah,
said
other
east.
direction. No, he said north.
Oh, north. Yeah, I went back
Yeah,
into the saloon to ask, but you folks were already out.
Yeah, it's north. Very good. Or, I mean... Yeah, I will tell you you're okay right here, but at the same time, things happen here, and lawmen could come around here and all, so I say go north. There should be a home over there, a building, or some sort.
I'll take a look here at my map.
Oh, it is you.
I'm trying to get my bearings right now. I thought this was the farm you meant. I didn't hear what direction you said back there. You said north, right? Not south or east.
I don't know. It was Cascabel who told you.
Oh.
Well, I thought you were someone else. The change of clothes you threw us off a little bit. But it's good to see that it was just you.
No worries. I'll see you around, Coyote. Hopefully on better terms. Hopefully the message is what you want to hear. Then again, you let him know that I am being framed, so hopefully it's not the same people. Or people getting the wrong information about myself.
Okay, well, we'll see. Hopefully everything checks out.
I'll tell you one thing about myself, Coyote. I don't throw myself in the jaws of death without no good reason, and I wouldn't come out this way if I was lawman and like that.
I hope you're right.
Well, I hope you folks believe me, because being set up leaves a nasty taste in my mouth.
See? And it hasn't been the first time, so I'm sure you understand.
I understand your due caution. I know the same feeling. Ain't the first time I've had to deal with snakes. Ain't gonna be the last.
See? The ratas are everywhere. You gotta be cautious.
Yes, you're right.
Well, hasta luego.
You take care. The first time I have to deal with snakes ain't the last. I wouldn't throw myself in the jaws of death like this.